Hi, it's PHAN TV, and I'm with, well, bona fide Peterborough legend, Jesse Hammill. Jesse, bit of an odd night for you tonight, not playing for either team. How are you feeling at the moment?
It's nice to sort of be here and watching a game, sort of my final weekend around rinks. And it's nice sort of back in Peterborough, and I guess seeing Rumford play as well, which is, both teams are near and dear to my heart. So it'll be a weird experience, but it's going to be a good night.
Okay, now going back a bit, roughly 12 years ago, fresh-faced Jesse Hammill stepped off a plane from Canada. You turned up here. What was your first thought when you turned up?
I hadn't played in a rink with netting probably my whole life, and to see netting was a bit of a new experience. I was just looking forward to get at it. The first time getting paid as a hockey player is nice, and that was a princely sum. It was enough to get by, but it was just nice. New country, had a lot of good guys from the East Coast League that played here, and good British guys that welcomed us, and it was a fun first year. Definitely, it sort of set up the next 11, as they say.
Excellent. Now, it wasn't just Peterborough you've played for. You played for a few. Can you remember all the teams you played for off the top of your head?
Oh yeah, no problem. I went Peterborough till January my second year. Then I went to Milton Keynes for 3 months. Then up to Paisley, and lasted there until the October. And then Dougie brought me back here. And then I went to Solihull from here, and then the Islanders, and then they went to Rumford, and now nowhere. Teamless, as they say.
Well, for now, anyway.
For now, yeah, for good.
Okay, so having played literally the length and breadth of the country, Isle of Wight, Paisley, Ayr, the lot, what would you say would be your favourite rink of all the ones you played in?
Peterborough's definitely a favourite just because of the atmosphere. Rumford's a favourite because of the atmosphere. I love playing those rinks because people are right in your face and yelling at you. For facilities, Nottingham was a fantastic. When I played there with Basingstoke, I forgot Basingstoke. I played with Basingstoke as well. When I played there with Basingstoke, fantastic facility. The old Manchester Arena when I played there with Basingstoke. I've been fortunate to play in pretty much every rink. I missed Grimsby, which apparently is not a big miss. But yeah, the old Kilmarnock rink. Probably Isle of Wight's my most unlikely ones that I've liked. I can't stand that rink. It's too small. Hockey should not be played there, but what can you do? But yeah, I think the Nottingham for the facilities and the crowd and that experience I had playing in the Elite League was fantastic. For what I've done in my career, probably Rumford and Peterborough are the two I love just because of the atmosphere and the sort of the abuse I got.
The abuse. That's something you've mentioned there with Peterborough and Rumford, fans being right next to you and right in your face. How do you feel that compares when you've got fans millimetres away from you compared to elite rinks where maybe they're back in the distance?
I think for a guy like me who loved that sort of atmosphere of the game, and that sort of G'd me on when someone was yelling at my name or not giving me pleasantries, as they say, that G'd me on. So it was tougher to play in those bigger rinks, but I think the atmosphere, it's harder to get an atmosphere whipped up in a big rink that's it's further away from the rink because things bounce off the ice and off the glass. So when people are yelling and screaming that close, you can hear it. A rink like this, if you say the wrong word, everyone's going to hear it, and as people know, I've been told to shut up a few times because of my language. But it's tough playing a rink that there's nobody there. It is tough when it's like a morgue. It's tough for guys to get up for it because you need that energy and adrenaline, and sometimes you can't give it to yourself. So having that there, I think, helps games get better. Last time Peterborough was in Rumford, Phantoms, reject, all that sort of thing. It was a great atmosphere. I think a lot of people enjoyed when I scored. That was fun. And then our crowd got into it. And guys are getting abused. Some guys can't handle it. I love it. It's the best part of the game.
Cool. So really, unfortunately, it looks like we're drawing an end to your playing career in the UK. What are your plans once you get back to Canada?
Gonna go and work on the oil rigs. I'm going to do that for as long as I can, I guess, or as long as my body will let me and my being away from family will let me. And then from there, who knows? Right now, the skates are going to be left here until I come back and pack up and get the family over. And they're going to go away until I take my kids public skating, if that's what we do. I don't see myself going back into the game, which is quite sad. And it's going to be a tough transition because this is all I've ever known since I was 3. Going onto the rigs is going to be nice because it's a team atmosphere, and that's going to give me that sort of element. But yeah, the skates and the coaching board and everything is going to be definitely hung up for a very long time. Never say never, but right now I don't see it in my future. Okay, so while you sat in the ocean on a rig, what do you reckon is going to be probably your favourite memory of your time playing here? Well, playing anywhere in the UK. I said there's too many. The whole 12 years, I've gone through good, bad, ugly times, you know what I mean? And it's to highlight one, I've won trophies. My first game, to have a goal and a fight, fighting Mike McWilliam was a fantastic experience when he broke his hand on my head 3 punches in because he stopped hitting me. That's a good memory because he stopped hitting me. But no, overall, to pinpoint one, I met my wife. I've got 3 beautiful kids. I've had fans send me to Canada when I left here. I've had testimonials. I've got night like tonight when I'm going down the ice and I'm going to get a presentation. last night with the boys, went for a Chinese, gave me a big collage of my career in Peterborough. You know, how do you highlight one thing? I think it's virtually impossible. And for anyone to say it was this, you know, right now it's the strongbow in my bar. You know, that's my highlight right now. But, you know, tonight watching the game, it's going to be a highlight. I can't highlight one thing. And to say, you know, what was your worst experience? God, injuries are probably the worst. You know, leaving places like Peterborough, like Paisley, like Milton Keynes, like Solihull. Whenever I left a team, you know, it's always in my heart. I'm not one of those guys that, you know, goes away. I'm going to miss, you know, people yelling at me. And I hope I entertain people. That's the main thing. You know, if I entertain people, I've done my job for 12 years. That's the main thing. I'm not going to miss him. I mean, how ugly do you have to be? Let's be honest.
Tom, would you like to answer that question? How ugly do you have to be a mascot? I think that really says it all. Jesse, thank you very much. Have you got last message for the fans before you go back?
No, I mean, keep supporting ice hockey. You know, they're the ones that keep it going. If they go away, teams die, and that's a scary thought. But you look around the leagues and stuff, the fans are getting lower and lower. Hockey's getting better, and getting more exciting. We need to get more people in the building and more incentives to get new people in the building. More kids programs, you know, into the schools. That's the main thing. Let's get more kids playing hockey. That's what I tried to do when I was here. You know, I'm going to miss everyone, even the people that didn't like me. I'm going to miss them as well because they gave me a lot of fun and entertainment. But yeah, if I entertained you, then I'm glad I did my job, and it's been a pleasure.
Excellent. Well, I don't think there's any doubt you have. Jesse Hammill, thank you very much.
Thank you.